10 naval ships left various terminals across the eastern and central commands of the Nigerian Navy for the exercise Sea Guardian. They conveyed officials of the Navy and journalists. The essence of the exercise is to tackle security threats within the nation's maritime domain and around the Gulf of Guinea. It is also to sanitize the sea route. During the 3-day tour, the Navy embarked on 5 major exercises, including anti-crude oil theft exercise.
Anti-slow-mo, you are in no position to negotiate. Follow my way. Stay course 250 or I will damage your bridge. How popular?
Emergency drill exercise such as firefighting, steering gear breakdown, machinery failure, and abandoned ship to keep the officials continually on the move.
Within the maritime domain, as well as ensuring that our dwindling economy, we are doing our best to ensure that we block the leakages so that the crude oil theft, illegal fishing, amongst other crimes within the maritime domain are stamped out.
The reason why this is being done by the Chief of the Naval Staff, laid down to the flag officers commanding both Eastern Naval Command and Central Naval Command, is to make sure that we at tactical and operational levels, commanders of bases and commanding officers, to ensure that we carry out our role and the intent of our superior commanders to the latter in combing out all the criminals.
The Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, says the exercise will foster cooperation among the Central and Eastern Naval Commands who are collaborating to carry out the exercise.
Of course, the exercise is meant to enable the Navy or to sustain the Navy efforts that have been ongoing to dominate the maritime environment, to enable businesses to thrive for economic prosperity of Nigeria. And of course, with the dominance of the maritime environment, maritime criminalities of all shapes and kinds will be reduced to the barest minimum.
About 10 ships will be sailing for this exercise. 2 helicopters are earmarked to give air support, and all the bases and units have been directed to deploy over 500 boats in the creeks, in the waterways, to ensure that security is maintained while we are out there at sea.
We have told ourselves that it will be a no-holds-barred exercise, and that as much as possible we will bring the realism to this exercise, and the aims, the objectives for which the exercise was gathered together for will not be wasted.
The commanding officer of the Eastern and Central Naval Command also speak to journalists.
We are sending a very strong message that the remnants, they are no longer there. The remnants that have been lurking around the maritime space will have to disappear. But you know that maritime crime is very transboundary, very, very fluid. So we are collaborating with other countries in the Gulf of Guinea to ensure that if we pursue them from here, they will not have a safe haven in any other place. So the call to them is that zero tolerance to piracy, sea robbery, crude oil theft.
Constantly we check on ourselves, we police ourselves, and any erring officer is disciplined and taken out of the service accordingly. So we are doing our best to present the best foot forward.
The Rivers State Governor Simini Alayi Fubara had earlier commended the Nigerian Navy.
In fact, I want to beg the Chief of Defence Staff to appreciate the Navy in this, the Naval Command in this state. They've been doing tremendous well when it comes to issue of this vandalization.
The task before the Navy remains challenging. Training like this will help prepare the officers for the tasks ahead.